Okay, this is a preview for Queanbeyan, race 5 on Monday. Pretty keen on one here. Very good value. Number 1, Nicc Poet. Goes around, it's a 9.0, 2.70 chance. Very good overs. May end up being one of the best value bets all day. Okay, so Nicc Poet comes into this on the back of winning 2 starts ago when he broke his maiden tag. This is a 1200 metre, 20k benchmark 50. Very weak race for the tag on offer and a very winnable affair. Okay, Nicc Poet initially did his racing in Queensland before shipping south 4 starts ago to Canberra. He sort of put the writing on the wall a fair while ago, back in mid-2016 when he ran second in this trial to High Harry with a big margin back to third, beating 0.1 of a length. Now, since he shipped down to the ACT, he put the writing on the wall once again, first up from a spell where he ran a really hard closing 4th to snip the Mo, beating 2.43 lengths, coming from 11th on the turn. The format of the race stacks up left, right and centre there, especially considering he goes to 1200 here. Snip the Mo. Snip the Mo, then made it 2 starts on end, winning next time out over the same track and distance, knocking off tag and release. Porter, the second horse home, came out and won next start by 2.4 lengths over 1280. 5th home, which is behind Nicc Poet, Ease Miss. Second in a trial to the Smart Cliff prior to that. So the form's really starting to stack up out of that first up 4th. 6th home behind our horse, who finished 4th, was beaten 4.3 in a trial prior, and 7th home, 2.2 lengths off our horse, 4.6 off Snip the Mo, came out and won next start at Canberra for a 20k maiden tag. Okay, so after flashing big closing pars when he flew home and ran 4th to Snip the Mo, in a race that was leaders suited, Snip the Mo and Porter were both on place, 1st and 2nd. He was then a bit flat 2nd up, and then given 13 days into the 3rd up run, really impressive when he broke his maiden tag on the synthetic, once again over 1080, knocking off Sylvie and Tay Taylor. Ran away from him through the line to win by 1.5 lengths. We're just going to take a look at the last 400 metres, 350 metres of that race from the point of the turn, and just visually it's so impressive, suggesting there's so much more to come up to this trip now. It's interesting to see that after it won that impressively too, it then went to Canberra and failed again, which it did after it was impressive first up at on the synthetic as well, when it ran that 7th and was flat. Obviously turned that form on its head with Tay Taylor 2nd, and then it's come out and demolished Tay Taylor, which was sure to it next time out, clearly superior to it. So let's go and have a look at that replay now. Okay, so this is another on-pace leader-dominated affair. These 3 horses here in the yellow, the green, and the blue with the red cap finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. This is our horse back here, Nicc Poet. Just watch as he gets to the outside, and he's very green, and he changes stride early in the stretch, and then the way he comes at him in the last 75 metres and through the line, you can see he's sort of stargazing still. He's still got a lot to learn.
Last of all, a Road Treasure down to the 300 metre mark, and the leader Tay Taylor. Rev it up, Red Nut. He's given full bore. Coming after it in the centre, Sylvie's right there, and here's Nicc Poet joining in quickly on the outside. Nicc Poet raced up to Sylvie. Tay Taylor, Leap and Leo the inside, but away goes Nicc Poet.
Keep his mind on the job.
Nicc Poet goes on to win it well. Nicc Poet won it by a length and a half to Sylvie. Tay Taylor was 3rd, then Leap.
So he's done a job on him there. Okay, now here's the other thing too. After being so visually impressive winning this race, here's a result of that race. The form out of it stacks up left, right and centre. The 2nd horse home, Sylvie, it comes out and wins a few starts. Oh, runs 2nd to start prior at Kembla Grange in a better quality race, but that was the end of last preparation. But After being beaten 1.5 by Nick's Poet, goes to Kembla Grange for a 30k provincial tag and gets beaten 1.4, and then franks that form winning at Kembla 2 starts later when making all. Third home, comes out and wins at Queanbeyan. Nick's Poet, well, there's the third. The horse that's ran third to Tay Taylor. As we said the start prior, it's ran second to Magic. That was the race that Nick's Poet ran 7th in and failed after it stood first up fourth. So, okay, after this 2.7 length third to Nick's Poet, it's only been beaten 0.5 at Canberra, and then breaks through at Canberra 2 starts later, making all to beat Lasting Shadow. Form franked. Fourth home, beaten similar margins at Bathurst and Dubbo the 2 starts prior. Fifth home, ran second to the decent Bondsley in a trial, only beaten 1.4 prior to that. Seventh home, beaten 8.8, only beaten 3.8 in a trial at Goulburn behind Missed Out prior to that. Okay, now here's the queries. On the back of this win 2 starts ago, rises to 59.5 kilos after the 1.5 kilo claim for Carly Frater Hill. On that performance, it's good enough to win at this level now. Scope for more improvement. Up to the 1200, we're not too concerned about this rise in the weight from 53 to 59.5. We know it's a big rise in the weight. Happy to take that into account when we know we're going to get $9 to find out about this horse in a weak benchmark 50 race. The other query, or well, not query, the other thing we need to look at is the breeding of this one. Oh, from a query perspective, yes, there is a query. When it won 2 starts ago, it was on the synthetic. It's now trying turf. People are going to say it's only a synthetic horse. Wrong. Back here at the Gold Coast, prior to debut in the middle of 2016, as we said, that trial second to High Harry was on a soft turf track. We're pretty confident this one handles the turf. So I handled the turf, Dan handled the turf. It's a real turf pedigree. Okay, the breeding of this one. By Nicconi out of a more than ready mare, Poetess. The dam side of this pedigree, if we go back to the 2nd, 3rd and 4th dam, we'll see why it's going to improve over the 1200, and we'll see why it will improve again. Coogee Crown, the 2nd dam, New Zealand bred Stravinsky mare. Generally, New Zealand bred mares, as we know, will put a bit of stoutness into a pedigree. So this one looks good from that perspective, improving. We go back to the 4th dam, we get to the Blue Hen, Denise's Joy. That's what she won. She was just an absolute champion racehorse and an absolute Blue Hen, one of the best in the Australian stud book. Okay, so Queanbeyan, race 5, number 1, Nick's Poet, $9, $2.70 the place. Great place value, another great place value bet that we've come up with today. Happy to play this one each way. Queanbeyan, race 5, number 1, Nick's Poet, $9, $2.70. Thanks.